Luke Skywalker never saw the storm coming. One moment, he was hunting a disturbance in the Force. The next, space twisted around him like broken glass, and his X-Wing fell through light and fire. He crashed into the sands of Tatooine, before the Empire, before the Death Star, before Darth Vader wore black armor. Bruised and half-breathless, Luke pulled himself from the wreckage and felt it at once a familiar presence, raw. It was impossible. Vader's shadow was nowhere near it. This presence was younger, cleaner, full of fear, hope, and power. He followed the feeling into Mos Espa. There, in a junk shop, Luke saw a small boy with sand on his boots and grease on his hands. The boy laughed as he worked on a pod racer part, moving tools without touching them. Luke froze. He knew those eyes. He knew that face. Anakin Skywalker. For a long moment, Luke could not move. He was staring at the child who would become the monster that hunted the Jedi and helped crush the galaxy under Palpatine's rule. But Luke also saw something else. He saw the boy his father once had been. He saw the life that had been stolen. Anakin noticed him. "You're not from around here," he said with a grin. Luke forced a smile, but his heart pounded. If he walked away, history would stay on its path. If he stepped closer, everything could change. Then Luke felt another presence drifting over Mos Espa, cold, hidden, watching. Not a memory, not a vision. Real. Somewhere nearby, the dark side had turned its eyes toward the boy. Luke looked back at Anakin and understood the truth. He had not come to the past by accident. He had been given one chance to save his father, or lose him forever. And as the twin suns burned over Mos Espa, Luke realized he was no longer just watching history. He was standing inside the moment that could either save Anakin Skywalker or create Darth Vader all over again. Luke stayed near the junk shop until sunset, watching the boy who should never have been just a boy to him. Anakin moved fast, talked faster, and smiled like the galaxy had never heard him. But Luke could feel the truth beneath that smile. Hunger, fear, loneliness, a life shaped by chains. When Watto barked orders, Anakin lowered his head at once. When other children ran free through Mos Espa, he stayed behind and worked. Luke had faced Sith Lords, war machines, and the Emperor himself. But this cut deeper. Darth Vader had begun here, not in armor, not in rage, but in helplessness. Then Luke saw Anakin use the Force again. A tool rolled from a high shelf. Without thinking, Anakin lifted his hand. The tool flew down into his palm. It was small, quick, almost playful, but the power behind it was immense, raw, bright, dangerous. Luke felt the same energy he had once sensed in Vader during their final battle. Only now it was open, unguarded, and still innocent. "You okay?" Anakin asked, noticing Luke staring. Luke knelt, trying to hide the storm in his chest. "Yeah," he said softly. "I just know what it means to feel different." Anakin studied him with sudden trust. For a second, Luke saw the child reaching for someone to understand him. Not a Jedi Master, not a politician, not a Sith, just someone who cared. That was the moment Luke made his choice. He would not let this boy grow up alone. He would not let fear become anger or anger become hate. He would not let Palpatine find the cracks first. If the Force had sent him here, then this was why. Luke looked toward the darkening streets of Mos Espa and made a silent vow. He swore it. But as the sun fell behind the dunes, Luke felt a new presence enter Mos Espa. Calm, wise, searching. Qui-Gon Jinn had arrived, and he was already sensing that something in the Force had changed. Qui-Gon Jinn felt the shift before he ever saw Luke. The Force on Tatooine was already strange because of Anakin, but now another current moved beside it. Older, heavier, scarred by war. Qui-Gon did not understand it. He only knew someone had arrived who did not belong to this moment. Luke understood the danger at once. If Qui-Gon looked too deeply, he might see the truth. So Luke kept his distance, staying close enough to watch Anakin, but far enough to remain a shadow in the edges of Mos Espa. That was where the real change began. He did not train Anakin like a Jedi Master. He guided him like family. Luke spoke to him in quiet hours after work. He taught him how to breathe when anger rose. He showed him how to listen before acting. When Anakin talked about freedom, Luke did not dismiss the dream. He told him that fear could twist good intentions into terrible choices. Anakin did not fully understand, but he listened. For the first time in his young life, someone saw his gifts and did not want to own them. The bond formed quickly, too quickly. Anakin trusted Luke. He asked questions no one else answered. Why did he feel things before they happened? Why did people seem afraid of his power? Why did his mother always look worried when he talked about the stars? Luke answered with care, never naming the future, but always steering him away from pride, fear, and the need to prove himself. But secrets do not stay hidden on Tatooine. One night, Qui-Gon found Luke speaking with Anakin beneath the desert sky. The Jedi Master said nothing. He only watched the boy smile and felt the truth closing in. This stranger was here for Anakin, and that changed everything at once. As the wind moved across the dunes, Qui-Gon stepped out of the darkness at last. His eyes locked on Luke, and his hand slowly moved toward his lightsaber. Qui-Gon did not attack. He stepped from the shadows, calm but ready, and studied Luke with careful eyes. Anakin looked between them, confused. Luke knew this moment could shatter everything. So he told part of the truth. He said he had come because the boy mattered more than anyone understood. Qui-Gon felt no lie in him, but the mystery only deepened. The Jedi Master warned Luke that secret guidance was dangerous. A child as powerful as Anakin needed discipline, not hidden lessons in the dark. Luke agreed, yet he also saw the flaw in the Jedi way. They would test Anakin, fear his love for his mother, and begin pushing him toward the loneliness that would one day break him. Far away on Coruscant, another mind felt the change. Darth Sidious sat in silence, wrapped in shadow, as the Force rippled around him. The future had shifted. The boy on Tatooine was no longer isolated. Someone had touched his path. Someone strong. Someone impossible. Sidious could not see Luke clearly, but he felt the threat at once. If Anakin learned trust before fear, the Sith could lose the Chosen One before the game had even begun. So Palpatine moved early. He reached through the Force like a cold hand, brushing against Anakin's sleeping mind. He fed the boy a dream of power, freedom, and a mother crying out in pain. Anakin woke shaking. Luke felt it instantly. So did Qui-Gon. By sunrise, the race for the boy had begun. Qui-Gon wanted to protect Anakin through the Jedi. Luke wanted to protect him from becoming a weapon for either side. And somewhere beyond the stars, Sidious was already setting plans in motion to meet the child sooner than fate intended. That meant the future was no longer bending. It was breaking fast. As Anakin stared into the morning light, fear had already taken root in his heart. And for the first time, Palpatine was calling to him before the Jedi ever could. Anakin did not understand the war inside him. By day, Luke spoke of patience, choice, and the quiet strength that came from letting go of fear. By night, another voice slipped through his dreams. It promised power. It promised freedom. It promised that no one he loved would ever suffer again. That was what shook him most. The voice knew about his mother. Shmi tried to hide her pain, but Anakin saw it in every tired step, every forced smile, every glance at the stars. He wanted to save her. He wanted to save both of them. And when Luke warned him that fear could be used like a chain, Anakin finally asked the question that mattered most. Who are you really? Luke looked at the boy and felt the truth press against his chest. He could not tell him everything. Not yet, but he could not lie anymore. I am someone who came back because I could not bear losing you again, Luke said. Anakin stared at him, his eyes wide with fear and hope. He did not understand the full meaning, but he felt Luke's pain. It was real. It was deep. And for the first time, Anakin saw that his future was not fixed. It was a choice. Then the dark voice returned, stronger than before. It showed him his mother in chains, crying for help. It showed Luke falling in fire. It showed the stars burning because he was too weak to act. Anakin dropped to his knees, shaking. Luke reached for him, but Qui-Gon stepped between them. The Jedi Master had seen enough. He understood the danger now. Whatever Luke knew, the Council needed to hear it. And as the Naboo ship prepared to leave, Anakin had to choose whom he would follow first. Then Anakin reached for Luke's hand instead of Qui-Gon's. And in that single choice, the future of the Jedi Order began to crack. Coruscant did not feel like hope to Luke. It felt like a courtroom. The moment he entered the Jedi Temple, he felt ancient caution pressing in from every wall. Masters watched him in silence. Some sensed light, others sensed pain. All of them sensed that he did not belong. Qui-Gon told the Council what he knew. The stranger had appeared on Tatooine without warning. He knew Anakin too well. He carried training beyond his years. And somehow, the boy trusted him more than the Jedi. That last part disturbed them most. Then Luke spoke. He did not reveal every detail of the future, but he said enough. He told them Anakin's fear would be sharpened, not healed, if they treated him like a threat. He warned that forcing the boy to bury his love for his mother would plant the very wound the dark side needed. Yoda listened. Mace Windu did not waver. Too old, too afraid, Mace said. Anakin heard enough to understand. The room turned cold around him. Luke saw it happening already. The same isolation, the same judgment, the same quiet push toward loss and anger. If the Council claimed the boy now, history would begin to lock into place again. So Luke made his choice. He stepped between Anakin and the Council and dropped every defense he had. He admitted the final truth. He becomes Darth Vader, Luke said. And if you fear him first, you will help create him. Silence hit the chamber like a blade. Anakin stared at Luke, shattered. The Council rose as one. Guards moved. Mace reached for his saber. Luke ignited his own in answer, green light filling the hall as every future suddenly hung on one impossible decision. No one in the room breathed at all. Before anyone could move, a shockwave tore through the Force. Far away, on Naboo, the Sith had begun their attack. And for the first time, Luke understood the truth. The war for Anakin Skywalker had already started. When Darth Vader turned from the Emperor's command platform, the galaxy shifted in a single breath. He did not kneel. He did not obey. He stood beside Luke Skywalker, his red blade gone dark, while the throne room shook with Palpatine's rage. For one stunned second, no one moved. Then the Emperor attacked. Blue lightning burst from his hands like a living storm. Luke raised his saber and caught part of it, but the Force hammered him backward. Vader stepped in front of his son and took the rest on his armor. Sparks exploded across his chest. Servos screamed. Still, he advanced. Palpatine fell back, shocked but smiling. He had expected pity. He had not expected war. Outside, the second Death Star roared with battle. Rebel ships broke through the outer screen. Imperial commanders shouted in panic as signals from the throne tower became confused and delayed. The Empire's perfect machine had lost its center for the first time. Inside the chamber, father and son moved as one. Luke drove forward with speed. Vader pressed with brutal strength. Palpatine spun through the shadows, striking with his saber, then vanishing behind curtains of smoke and lightning. He was older, yes, but far more dangerous than either of them had imagined. "Together!" Luke shouted. "Toblake said in the muster." Vader answered with action, hurling debris toward the throne. Luke leapt through the opening and slashed at the Emperor's shoulder. The blow landed. Dark robes split. Palpatine staggered, and for the first time, anger became fear. But fear made him cruel. He reached into the Force and tore at the station itself. Alarms screamed. The floor cracked. Fire burst from the walls. Far below, reactor tremors rolled through the battle station. Then Palpatine smiled again and whispered, "If I fall, everything falls with me," before vanishing into shadow. The throne room burned. The Death Star began to shake. And somewhere in the smoke, Palpatine disappeared, leaving Luke and Vader to face a collapsing station, a raging battle, and an enemy who had just become far more dangerous. When the throne room began to collapse, Luke did not run first. He turned back for Vader, for Anakin. The Dark Lord's armor smoked under the Emperor's lightning, and each step sounded heavier than the last. Around them, metal screamed. Fire rolled across the walls. Somewhere below, the Death Star's reactor groaned like a wounded beast. Luke locked his father's arm over his shoulder and pulled him toward the exit. For the first time since Bespin, Vader did not resist help. He only looked at his son and said, through broken breath, "Go save them. I will help you finish this." Palpatine had planned for betrayal. Even while hidden in shadow, he triggered his answer to Anakin's defiance. Across the station, sealed orders reached the Imperial fleet. If the throne tower lost command, every Star Destroyer was to fire on the moon of Endor, the rebel fleet, and, if needed, the battle station itself. No surrender. No witnesses. Officers stared at the commands in disbelief, but fear still ruled many of them. Above Endor, formation lines shifted. Massive warships began to turn their guns inward. In one decision, the Emperor changed the battle from defense into destruction, and the galaxy trembled. Lando Calrissian saw the Imperial line breaking into chaos, and knew chaos could kill them as easily as victory could save them. Admiral Akbar ordered every frigate and fighter to spread wide, break targeting locks, and stay clear of the Death Star's lower hemisphere. It was a desperate move. Rebel pilots who had expected one final strike now dodged fire from ships on both sides. Green bolts crossed the stars like a storm of comets. Then, one Imperial destroyer, its bridge divided by panic, slammed into another. The collision ripped open both hulls, and for one moment, rebellion looked real. On Endor, Han Solo felt the sky changing before he understood why. The bunker shook with distant impacts. Leia looked up through the trees and saw fire moving where the stars should have been. Chewbacca roared a warning as Imperial walkers turned away from the shield generator and started toward the forest villages instead. Palpatine's order had reached the ground as well. Burn the moon. Crush every witness. Han made the choice left. He planted explosives through the bunker's core and ordered an early detonation. The blast killed the shield, but it also trapped them under falling steel and fire. Luke dragged Anakin into a service lift while sirens pounded through the shaft. As they descended, Vader's mask crackled, then failed, revealing the scarred face that had lived for decades behind fear. Luke stared, not in horror now, but in recognition. This was not a monster. This was the broken hero Obi-Wan had lost. Anakin used his last strength to access the station grid. He sent one command through Imperial channels, marked with codes only the Clone Wars generals would trust. Stand down. The Emperor has lied. Some captains ignored it. Others, hearing Anakin Skywalker's name, froze where they stood. The message hit the fleet like a shockwave from another age. Older officers remembered the Jedi general who had once led impossible assaults and survived them all. Younger commanders only heard treason. Suddenly, the Imperial formation split in two.